Yeah. Lincoln Park, West Seattle. There's the ferry. One of my favorite parks. If the clouds weren't there, you could see the snow capped. I forget if it's the Olympics or the Cascades. You can walk up to 38th Street, look one way and see the Cascades, look the other way and see the Olympics. Pretty impressive. I'm from Arkansas. We don't have much big water. So I'll take the ferry to Bainbridge Island just for fun. How pretty is the world? So, I'm a storyteller. As I told my students, from Arkansas, been in the South, we're kind of poor, so you don't have money to go to the show, or you live in a small town. So you're the show. You tell stories, basically. And the school I taught at was 70% free and reduced lunch, so they came from poor families or very low income. Awesome, awesome kids. Anyway, I'm working at Lake Yellowstone Hotel, day porter, 3 p.m. to 11 shift. Pretty good shift for me. And you working people, you know what I'm talking about. The worst shift is 11 at night till 7 in the morning. I've done that. I didn't like that at all. At all. You ought to get paid extra for that. I don't think, I never did. But I get an email after being there a few months from an old girlfriend. Cutie pie, good girl. I'm excited. I'm in the middle of nowhere. We're in our 50s. We dated in our 20s. Crazy, man. We go back and forth over a period of months, I think. Never talked on the phone. There's not much reception for phones at Lake Yellowstone Hotel. About 7,000 feet. Lake Yellowstone is 20 miles long, 700 feet deep. Beautiful. Look out the sunroom windows. I would vacuum that area or help clean up. And I'd help clean up mainly so I could look out the windows. And actually, a lady played piano. Most of some old standards that were really awesome. Just instrumental, but I liked the music. And my favorite was Somewhere from West Side Story. I learned that on guitar. One night, I brought my guitar during the shift. We had kind of maybe practiced once, and anyway, I brought my guitar out, and I was in my porter garb. She played the piano, and I played the guitar and sang Somewhere from West Side Story. A beautiful song. I love it. That was cool. In the sunroom. But eventually, Here comes some people, so I'm going to quit talking. Yeah, we don't say hello enough in this culture, in this world. Just say howdy, good morning. Basic greeting, good manners. In the Bible, the guy goes, "What's the most important commandment, Jesus?" And Jesus says, "Love God with all your might and love each other." Okay, sounds cool. For me, loving God is taking care of the earth. And loving each other is at least saying hello, good morning, how you doing? How can I help? Of course, you can't love money or be full of hate and anger if we love each other. So anyway, I end up coming to West Seattle. And you know how men and women are. Men are direct, too direct, and women are mysterious, too mysterious. Nobody's perfect. So, I came here and moved in. You know, she picked me up at the airport, and we lived together. We're in our 50s. We lived together for, I don't know, a month or two, 2 months. And she said, "When are you going back to Fayetteville?" We're both from Fayetteville. She goes, I said, "Well, I got a one-way ticket." She said, "I'm not sure if I'm ready for that." And I said, "All right, well, I'm not going to live in Seattle and pay rent here. It's too expensive." So I just went back to Fayetteville. But she's worth it. I think I'm worth it. So we didn't want to just give up. I looked for a while and I found a place over there, South Worth. I forget what that website is called. What's it called? Oh, I don't give a shit. Anyway, I got a room in a house, pretty cheap. There's 3 bedrooms. The owner's son, I guess, lived in one. I never saw him, but it was his bedroom. I don't think he ever lived there when I was there for 3 months. The other roommate, he was cool. We didn't hang out much, but he worked at AutoZone, maybe, in Seattle, West Seattle. He had to take the ferry across 5 days a week in his truck. But anyway, she lived up on the hill, renting an apartment. I mean, where I lived with her for a while. And when I moved back, I didn't have a car. I didn't want a car. I don't want a car, but I need public transit. So I lived over there. And when I wanted to see her and be with her, I would walk a mile to the ferry. I'd wait for the ferry. I'd take the ferry across, which I love. I get off the ferry right over there, and then I have to walk up the hill. Seattle's hilly. Like I say, it's in between the Cascades and the Olympics. And probably had to walk at least a mile uphill. And she's positive. She's a good girl. She's positive. She goes, "Oh, it's an adventure." I'm like, "Yeah, it's an adventure, maybe the first time. Then it's a grind." And that takes 2 hours? I'll say 2 hours, maybe more. So I said, she's worth 3 months, and I'll try this for 3 months, and we're either going to be back together or I'm going back to Fayetteville. And she was unsure, but she was as sure as I was that we didn't want to just stop. So I moved in again, and we stayed together for a total for 3 years. It was good. We were good to each other. That's what you want, isn't it? Hardly ever fought, got angry. We weren't like that. But I do remember pretty soon figuring out how strong she was, and I knew that might be an issue because I'm strong, and you really need more opposites. Two people that are strong is going to have an issue, and two people that are laid back, I think that's going to be an issue. So, but like I say, we had 3 good years, so I'm thankful. It was a good 3 years. We were there for each other. But that's my story. West Seattle is more neighborhoods. It's got the Sea Line bus. That's my bus. Take me to groceries, take me to C&P Coffee, take me to Alaska Junction. What's it called? Bakery Nouveau. Takes me into town. Takes me across the bridge into Seattle. And some of these houses, people say, "Oh, your house is worth $1 million or more." But it could be an old house, a simple house, 2 bedroom, small. But it's only because it's in West Seattle and on a nice street. But the house can be simple. We all need a good home. This beautiful world, we are beautiful. We deserve a good home. Food, water, shelter, safety. And if you have more people, if people have good homes, you're going to have more safety. A lot of crime comes from desperation, comes from poverty, comes from people not having decent homes. All we want to do, especially the right wing, you want to blame crime on individuals. You don't want to look at the system. You don't want to see, hey man, we cut taxes on the rich and we don't help the poor, and now capital is making a lot more money than labor. The stock market's up 20% every year. And the real problem is all these people that are making a lot of money in the stock market, they've lost some of their morality. They've got the fever. Hey, I'm making money. I don't really give a shit so much about my brother or my sister, the stranger, the immigrant. I used to be worth $2 million. Now I'm worth $5 million. Yeah, that's a fucking drug. And it ruins nations, ruins societies. It's ruining this earth. You know it is. We need to take care of each other. There's no reason we can't do that. It's a sin. You want to talk about sins? Loving money, loving property, instead of loving each other and loving this earth. Whatever a sin is, that's it. Ferries are cool. I hope to get on one while I'm here. I mean, more than once. That goes to Southhorse. There's really not much there. Not where you get off. Bainbridge has a few more things. We need more opportunities to appreciate this beautiful earth. Ferry's one of them. You got time just to look out, relax. I think I'm going to go to C&P Coffee. Just be around some people for a little while. Love you. Love everybody. Ain't that the way, baby?